So on a previous video, we looked at your baby's crying and how it can be a physical or an emotional need, and today we're going to look in more detail at these needs. So one of the most basic human needs is that of needing to be fed. When your baby is in the womb, they are constantly fed and they have no sensation of hunger. So once they are born and they start to feel hungry and thirsty, they usually don't much like it and cry to let you know. When your baby is tiny, their tummy is tiny too, but it grows as your baby grows, but it still takes often a long time before they get used to the feeling of hunger, and they go from feeling full and satisfied to feeling incredibly hungry and needing to be fed now very, very quickly. Babies also need to be kept warm. When they're in the womb, they're constantly kept at the right temperature, but once they're born, they can't regulate their body temperature easily. It's no surprise then that babies like to be held, and whether it's in somebody's arms or whether it's against somebody's chest, because that contact with another human body helps them to be at the temperature that is comfortable for them. So they just want to be held the whole time to keep them the right temperature. Everybody needs sleep, adults and babies alike, and yet babies very often find it very difficult to get themselves to sleep. So you would expect them just to fall asleep when they're tired, but this isn't always the case, and they may need to be actively taught how to sleep or to fall asleep when they need it. Particularly for older babies, if they get overtired from being overstimulated, it can become increasingly hard for them to fall asleep because their mind is whirring so much. Babies also need to feel safe. They have no sense of time when they're born, so if, for example, you put them down to go and make a cup of tea, they don't know that you're going to come back, and they feel very vulnerable and very frightened that they have been left and abandoned. So they will cry to get your attention, to get you to come and pick them up so that they feel safe, because when they're held and in your arms, then they know that they are being protected. So actually it's very sensible of them to cry, but it's not always very helpful for you if you just need to go and do something very quickly. And also babies need time to make sense of this new world that they've found themselves in. Everything around them is new and exciting and stimulating, and it's very easy for babies to become overwhelmed and feel that they can't cope with all this information. So this is why new babies need to sleep frequently, every couple of hours or so, because in that time they make sense of the information, their brain sorts it out, and it gives them a chance to understand the world around them. So I hope this gives you a little insight into your baby's world from their perspective and helps you to understand better how to meet their needs.